Well, hello everyone. Welcome to our Google Hangout tonight, our team training. Let's see.
Hello, hello.
Hey Nate, how are you?
I'm doing great. Awesome.
Good. We'll give it a couple minutes while people are logging in. I turned on the chat in the Hangout, so hopefully people can chat there. Yep, I see them in the. I
Well, I
see.
think that, remember, you're the one that can see it. I can't. So,
Okay, great. Okay, that's fine. So I'll let you know if I see some questions. If you have any questions as we go along, just go ahead and type them in the chat. Let me just say, if you have any questions, please type them here. Okay. So that way, if people have questions as we go along this evening, they can type them there in the chat. So we're going to wait just a second, and as a few people start to come on here and join us. Okay. So I've seen Gene. Welcome to our webinar, Jim and Pam.
hello.
See as they come on here. We don't see our viewers on the bottom, but I do see them online. So let's see. Q&A. Let's see if the questions pop up. Maybe the questions in the chat is different. Still learning this system here, okay? But okay. Well, what I want to do is I want to start off this evening and kind of jump over to our team website and on Global Success Leaders, okay, and let you see and talk about when you log in. You know, when you log into the site here, globalsuccessleaders.com, and you go to the Starting Here tab, we have a lot of stuff in this section here, okay? There's a fast start guide, which gives people when they first start, just a fast start, a lot of shortcuts to things. They can print this out. It's like 17 pages. It's pretty intense document here. I'll go ahead and just click on it here, and it should open up another thing. And about 17 pages here. Quite a bit of information that we've put in here. It's a good thing to go through. A lot of phone numbers, website links, and things like that are on here. And I'm just reviewing this because it's so often that people, kind of get going and they forget to do something like this. It shows all the countries that we're in right now. There's actually, well, when I say 19, I'm counting the EU now. They're fixing to launch into the European Union. Mark mentioned on the call the other night they're hiring some executives in there. So the UK, Germany, Belgium, Spain, Croatia, Ireland, even. So it's one of the top recruiters, Nate's from Ireland this year, and so that's really amazing. But there's some good information here. Building your business with products. Dr. Ray Strand's got a great site and some goal setting on here. The inviting formula, Tim Sales' inviting formula, 10 communication qualities. Those are very important aspects to learn. And I don't know how everybody else is, but I do know Nate's this way too, is that we study a lot. We study other things. We study a lot of stuff because to become a professional network marketer, to be a pro at this, you really have to invest the time, and you got to study things. You got to become a better person. If you want things to change, you have to change. And so it's important to continue to study and stuff like that. Here's the team lead bonus and your first goal to get to, talking about the personality colors and the traits that people have when you're talking to different types of people. Here's some prospecting information and tips. But I wanted to show you this because this document is here, and there's a lot of information here. And we have some other things on the right that has some recruiting scripts. This is and a lot of times people, I think these are unutilized at times, but, here's a script from Eric Worre. He's got this entire book right here that has quite a few different scripts in here, and I'll go ahead and click on it and just look at it real quick, and there's a lot of good information here that he put out for us to use a long time. This is maybe a couple years ago, but this information is relevant today. Here's a couple things. Be in a hurry, and we'll talk about that a little bit because what they mean by be in a hurry. Be in a hurry means that you can't sit and explain everything to people when you're prospecting. You're in a hurry because you want to invite them to look at a tool. And Nate, when you're getting somebody to look at something, if you you try to do a presentation right when you first meet somebody, they ask questions that will stump you, that you're not prepared for. And the tools are the best way to duplicate this business.
Right. Well, I think that anybody who is going to talk to people, you've got to be in a position where you know what tools you have available, you know what you're going to point them to, and then you're strategic about it. So as you get toward the end, you say, hey, listen, you seem pretty sharp, and I'd like to exchange information with you. And so you're basically talking, and you present the tool at the last minute. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that way, and you're always like, hey, listen, I got to go to a meeting here, or I got to jump on a conference call here. So I don't have a lot of time, but I really want to talk to you. So can we exchange information? See, I think that's what they mean by being in a hurry.
Yes.
So that you're always having something to do so that the person can't say, well, let's talk about this. You want to point them to the tools so that the tools give them the information that they need.
Exactly. And they see that it's simple to do. They want people in their mind want to know they can do this also. So step one, be in a hurry. Here's step two, compliment the prospect. You see something, they have a nice outfit on, nice clothes, nice shoes, they look good, they're well groomed, whatever. You could just pay a compliment. People love to get compliments. It puts their mind in a different position when they do that. And so complimenting is very, very important. And then you make the invitation. When you get this down, there's many, many ways to do this. And we're going to work towards this and kind of take some of this information that we have here and simplify it a little bit more to get it down to what we're doing exactly and some of the tools that we're using to be able to get that to it. But Nate, I heard something today from a guy that and I don't know if it's right here in Eric Worre's stuff or not, but it was a phrase that said, "If I, would you?" And it was, if I, give you this website, would you watch this video? Yes or no?
Right.
This guy was pretty forward. He would say yes or no. He wants them to say yes or no. And if they said no, then it's kind of maybe they weren't open to make more money.
Right. See, and there's the concept of, here's the concept that a lot of people have to get. There's a window of opportunity, okay? Just a little window that every individual, is open to listening to an opportunity. So the idea is that you're not going to convince anybody to do anything. But if you present what you have and it's in their window of opportunity, now they're open to listening to what you have to say. So this takes the pressure off you. So you don't have to say the exact right thing, but you do have to know that you present what you're going to say, and basically if they say no, they say no. You can't worry about it. You just move on. Your job is to find the people who are open and their window of opportunity to explore other avenues or of income are open to them. That's what your job is. It's just to do what you're going to do, and then that person is either open to listening or they're not.
Yep, exactly. It's kind of funny. I reflect back on this, and I watched a video today, and this guy was so sharp in what he did. And here I'm just realizing right now, Nate, that he's using Eric Worre's exact scripts here that I looked at 2 years ago or a year and a half ago when I put them on here. And it just goes to show me that I need to print this out and carry it with me everywhere until I have it memorized, and take out of this and kind of take all the pages from this, I don't know how many pages it is, and then bring it down to what is applying to what I'm actually doing. Because this right here is written examples. Because here it is. If I, do something, would you do this? And he's explaining this. So I would challenge everybody to look at these scripts that Eric Worre has and just we're going to take and simplify some of this and add it to the site in a different area, for examples. But this information is powerful. I mean, Eric Worre's a multimillionaire. The guy I listen to is a multimillionaire, and so it's you have to do things that are duplicatable and they're very easy. And sometimes we get in a way of trying to explain things and so on, and then you don't have that posture that you need to have when you're recruiting.
Let me address something that you had told me earlier, okay? One of the things I want to address is that you said that some people had a question about what was the logic behind, the video 1, 2, 3 kind of a concept.
Yes.
Okay? The logic behind it is extreme logic. What you got to realize is, what are you really doing in this business? What you're really doing is you're building a personal distribution network. That's what you're really doing, and eventually you're looking to have that as an asset in your family, and so that you can pass it on to your children, your grandchildren, and so forth. So that's what you're really doing. And until you can get somebody clear about what the industry is and what's happening, they never go with full force, because they're going to be hit with those negative naysayers in life, those negative people that have some perception of what they think network marketing is. Network marketing is simply an alternative vehicle that is just like any other business model. It's just, there's no such thing as it's a pyramid. All these companies are pyramids. So it's not about, we're in a pyramid. No, it's about, you got CEOs, executive vice presidents, and then all the people below that. So every company is like that, GM, you name it. So what we're doing is we're building a personal distribution network that eventually the people are going to be buying products and services from us through RX, as an example, okay? Now, but that same network is also an important network, because somebody asked me today, they said, listen, my shoes, I need to get my shoes up. I got my track shoes are digging into my feet. I said, oh, here, you need to go to Joe. Joe is my guy, and he works right over here. I've been using him for the last 9 years, and I send everybody that I care about and love to Joe to fix to get their shoes fit properly. The woman apparently went to somebody, and she says she got they're digging in and the whole arches. So this personal distribution network, sometimes you're going to make money on it, and through RX you will, and then sometimes you're not going to get paid on it. So it's a community of people that you're building that you want to be associated with, because they're doing something great with their lives, and you want to be a part of that. You want to do something great. So it's about you becoming who you want to be, and then having that, that distribution network. So that once you see that, you're going to treat people with respect, courtesy, and I have a 3-step concept that I talk about myself. You first got to invest your time and some money, okay, into you becoming a better person, you learning the skills that you need to learn. Once you do that, now you invest, then you learn, and then the next thing is now you teach. And you want to become a teacher, because that's when you internalize all those skills, and that's when you start bringing value to the marketplace. Because in order for you to make more money, you have to become more. To become more, you have to get more skills, and skills are what translate into making some money.
Absolutely, that's a good point. It's one of those things that, one of our goals is that we tell people is that, you need to sponsor 4 people. And when you do that, you shift a little bit, and little they know they're becoming a teacher, because we want to help those. We say help, it's teach, but help those 4 people get their 4 people. And in that process of you getting your 4, helping those 4 get their 4, which is 16, you're actually teaching. Little you're teaching, so you're getting part of what what Nate's saying is that you're teaching other people how to do things because you're actually learning and sharing along the way. And that's very powerful, and it's very important, because when you can, as Nate says, when you can become the teacher, and you're successfully creating a business and teaching other people how to do it, you become extremely successful. Okay, and so the great point. So as this keeps going on, you get a time commitment from them when you say, if I, give you this website, when we have time to watch the video, will you watch the video? And they say yes. And well, when we have a chance to watch that video, when we have a chance to visit our site, before you can give them the card that we have, when we have a chance to visit that. And they say, well, I can go see it this evening. Okay, great. I'll call you tomorrow morning. And you set up a time to call tomorrow. What's the best number to reach you at? Okay, and you write their number. If they have a card, maybe they'll give a card, but you take their cell phone number down. And so then you have their number, and that's the confirm part right here. If you're confirming that you have their number, and then you're done. You get their number, and then you get off the phone. If you're on a phone calling, or if you're done, that's the in a hurry part. If you're talking to them in person, hey, I got to go to a meeting. I've got another person I've got to meet with. Hey, I've got to call somebody here at this certain time, like that. Because if you're standing around, they're going to start asking questions. What's the company about? Can I do that? And we let the tools do the work, okay? And then you follow up with them. So anyway, it's this document's here. It's on the site right here under recruiting scripts. I highly recommend that everybody print this out and take the time. We're gonna the inviting formula is Tim Sales' formula that we talked about. We showed you a little bit earlier here. And we talk about it here on a video, and then there's a little card that you can print out. I carry a card with me everywhere, a little laminated wallet-sized card. But you're going to see some of these sections here get updated and changed a little bit on the side, and so that you can then hone your skills on inviting people to see what we have in the the system that we put together, this PDN system, recruiting system. So I'm going to jump back over here and unshare my screen to see if there's any questions that anybody has. And let's see, if there are any questions that people have, you can type them in on the website there.
Let's talk about, while you're looking for any questions, let's talk about this here. What we want to do starting next week is we want to take this, and then we're going to cover one topic and then hone it in and say, boom, let's talk about inviting. Let's talk about how you find people. Let's talk about how you point to the tools. So these are going to be specific topics. Our idea is that so Thursday night is our team training, and the idea basically being is that we keep this under 30 minutes every so that this way we can do other things and everything else, but get them topic specific and be done in under 30 minutes. So I just wanted to let the team know that that's what the idea is, starting next week.
Yep, that's good. And so, and also keep in mind, we're not limiting to saying that this is the only tool, the thing that we just recently built is the only way that you can build this business. I mean, you can build this business through products. You can build the business through there's some other third-party tools that you can use. I mean, Eric Worre has a movie that you could actually, rent his movie and show his movie if you want to. We just put our system together because we felt that it met the needs of what we wanted to do. So, but as we go forward, the principles of finding people and inviting people to watch something are all the same, are very similar, okay? And, I read something today that a statement, and I'm making, I have these, little cards that I keep and stuff like that have, power statements, I'll say, on them, so that I can take and have them frequently, look at them quite often and stuff like that. And this statement is really powerful, and when you really think about it, and it says, high activity will cure all problems. High activity will cure all problems when you're in this business. And when you think about what that means, what does that mean? You know, if you go out and talk to 30 people a day, 5 days a week, you're making 150 touches a week. And if you do that every week, that's 600 people a month that you're talking to. If you talk to 600 people a month, trust me, you're going to be sponsoring quite a few people. Now, it's tough to talk to that many people. But when you get it down that you're only spending a minute or 2 minutes prospecting somebody and then having them go look at something, and you're sifting through people, then you know that's you know that's powerful. That's powerful. I mean, you know, also the thing to look at is on our site we have a section there that Todd Falcone talks about recruiting professionals. And Todd Falcone, he collects when he goes in the grocery store. Like we have a bulletin board in a grocery store. We got to mention it last time, and everybody puts their business card on there. People put their business card on there. I mean, I went in some place today and I seen a business card sitting on the counter. I thought, gee, many Christmas, this real estate guy's got his business card there, and it had nothing to do with real estate in this office. And I'm thinking, he takes a card. He takes them off the bulletin board. There's one card. He takes that card and he calls that person. Because anybody that's looking for more business usually or can be open for an opportunity.
Let me show you this, guys. I don't know if you guys can see me. Can they see me?
Yes.
Yeah, this is the cards you're talking about. Can you see the cards?
Yes.
Yeah, so no, that's it. I pulled these cards. This is what I did in the last day or two. So, you know, just pulling other people's cards.
Exactly. You're collecting those cards.
I keep them right in a little box here.
Yep.
Okay, I keep them in a box until I put them on my list. And see, then I go and put them on my list. Okay. You see here, you see the cards on the page?
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, see, then I put them on my list so that I follow up to call them.
You make notes along the way in your journal there and stuff?
I've got it, you know, so that's how I deal with those cards. So, you know, I'm just showing the people that. So, and you transition into what I wanted to say.
Okay.
You got to have a systematic way, a system that you follow for yourself. You know, for example, I have, you know, these things here, okay? Mm-hmm. Which are little 3x5 notepads.
Yeah.
I got little pens on them, little pens, a little on the back, so that I grab them, and then this way I have a way to capture the person's name and phone number, so that when you're out and about, I just pull it out.
You're always prepared.
I pull it out, and then I have it. That way I can write down their name and get their phone number.
Yes.
This way I have this ready to go. So part of prospecting and everything else is organization. You have to get organized yourself. And let me just close the door. And that's the only thing I wanted to say is that you have to be organized so that it's easy to do and it looks natural when you're talking to the other person.
Exactly. You're exactly right. I mean, in my photographic career, my first career prior to doing network marketing, I had these little custom 3x5 cards, and I'd have them bound so they were in a pad, and I had them in my pocket all the time because I'd think of things, I would need to jot somebody's name, number down, and I was always prepared. Being prepared when you're out prospecting is key. Having business cards, having a card that your handout card that has information on it that you want to provide them, you know, is important to have with you all the time.
And,
right.
And then you say, okay, here's the cards.
Yep.
You have to be ready. I think that's what, you know, my point is that this is on me, and you notice that this is all accessible like boom, 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 boom. And so because when you want to do stuff, it looks natural. So you want it to be looking natural as you start to talk to people. You don't want it to be, oh, where's my card? Where did I put it? Oh, man, that's not good. So you
That,
want to be as organized as you can so that when you finally, as you start to talk to people, they feel comfortable saying, let me find out what this person's saying.
yeah.
I think
And
that that's key.
the other thing is once you get a script down and once we'll have some stuff in there, once you start, taking that, reading through that inviting script and making your own script, you put it on an index card. I would challenge everybody to read it out loud in the mirror 50 times, over the next 3 or 4 days. I mean, repetitively reading it. If you had to do a speech in college and you had to get up in front and do a 3-minute speech in college, you would have to prepare. You would have to read it. This is more serious than college. This is your livelihood, okay, or your potential livelihood. You have to rehearse. We are always open. I am always open to role play with anybody, anytime on Skype, on the phone. You can call me up and pitch me. I'll play the part of the prospect anytime to help you feel comfortable with this. Because I tell you what, anything you do, if you do it enough, you will be comfortable. Trust me, anything that you do, anything, repetition over and over and over. I couldn't do webinars like this in the very beginning many, many years ago. I wasn't born a photographer, okay? I had to hone my craft, okay? I took millions of pictures to be, to get better and stuff like that. So I'm just saying is that when you start to practice and practice to get better, okay? That is key. And when you do that, and you take it serious and do that, you will succeed. You will succeed. Because when somebody says something, you will not be emotionally attached to them, okay? Because some people will do this, some people won't, and you just say next. Really. Some will, some won't, next. Because you don't know what you don't know. You don't know what's affecting the person that you're talking to's background or life that they can't make that decision and do something. So they're not ever saying no to you. So forget about the attachment to prospecting. You got to be emotionally unattached. The answer is always no until you ask somebody. Okay? So I don't know if you have any other closing thoughts, but we've come to about 30 minutes in this training. So Nate, if you have any closing thoughts that you'd like to.
The best thing I can say as I'm closing right now is that you're at the beginning of a journey, okay, and I would just make it as simple as you can. Write down 3 or 4 reasons why you're going to do this business 3 years from now, 5 years from now. See, because you have to start thinking as you got to have what I call as long-term focus with short-term daily action, with enthusiasm, excitement, energy, with a positive expectation of success. Long-term focus, daily action, disciplined actions with excitement, enthusiasm, and energy with a positive expectation for success. So that's what's going to keep you in the game is what is those 3 or 4 reasons that you have for yourself, and I want to just so that you guys know, I'm not telling you something that I'm not doing here. So I'm going to read you just 2 or 3 things so that you can hear it. Okay, one of the reasons that I really love RX, okay, is that because I wanted to have a healthy lifestyle. So here it says, I want to live a healthy lifestyle so that I'm physically and mentally vibrant until the day that I die. I want to enjoy the remaining time that I have that I'm alive on this earth. See, so I've tied in building the RX business with, being until the day I die. I've tied it into one of my personal inner core reasons. So I'm not going to be tempted to quit. It's not any. You understand what I'm saying? And then and then I want to live a simple lifestyle. I want time to spend with my family. I love going to the gym to relax in the hot tub and in the sauna and swim. I love prospecting. I love talking to people at least 2 hours a day. Personally, I just love talking to new people. So these are things that I want to do. I love the challenge of building a global personal distribution network. I love that challenge. It's a nice way to go. It's a nice way. It's a great business for me. And so those are my reasons. So I know why, and because I've got it written down. And so I know why I'm building the business. And so I'm just excited about investing time to learn, investing time to help other people succeed. I'm excited about learning for myself and then teaching others so that they can become successful. So it's a process. I think that if we're going to go through these different topics, but what's going to make you stay consistent is if you know why you're doing what you're doing, what you're really doing, so that when you get slapped a little bit, because you're going to get slapped. That's the way life is in the human race. So when you get slapped, it doesn't do anything to you. You just keep on moving with long-term focus, positive short-term daily actions, with energy, excitement, and enthusiasm, and with a positive expectation that you will succeed. That's how I'll finish tonight.
That's great, Nate. I appreciate that. That's super. That's good. Some great thoughts. Great thoughts, sir. So this Google Hangout is recorded, and it will be on our youtube.com/Global Success Leaders. It will be on our Global Success Leaders site also, and it'll be on our Global Success Leaders fan page, okay? So there's many ways that you can see this recording again. You can share it with other people. Maybe people on your team that didn't have a chance, you can send them a link to invite them to it. And so until next Thursday, I'm sure we'll talk to several of you during the week, but we'll talk to everybody again next Thursday with another topic to train on. Good night, everyone.
Great. Good night.